10 Americans don't have any kind of life insurance. This one's kind of scary. I know the Dave Ramsey, I think he trying to teaches try to have enough savings where you could live for 2 years off your savings account. I think is what he teaches, if I remember right. Look at this statistic right here, the 29%. 29% of people say within 1 month they would feel the financial impact of the death of the primary age winner. If something happened to Dwayne, but he's with a fire department that I know they've got a pretty good life insurance policy. But what would happen if he was taken out of the picture? He's put money away. He's in a job that has benefits. Say Dwayne was working for your dad at the plumbing company that doesn't have a retirement package. And he's gone. He falls off a ladder, gone overnight. What happens to the Tucker family? Their primary breadwinner is gone. Hopefully they have some money put away that you don't feel a financial struggle within 30 days. I try to say at least a year's worth of wages, or a year's worth of bills into savings, where you could live a year off of your savings account. Right now, Kami and I are at that point where we've got a little over a year, and by savings, I say my savings account, my IRAs, and my Roth. With those 3 accounts and Kami's IRA, with those accounts right now, we could live if we had to, just off of those with no income at all, if we didn't have any kind of a job. Those are things you guys need to think about as you choose your career paths and things like that, is where am I going? What am I gonna do? Do I have the option of getting a job or going in the Coast Guard that has benefit packages? One thing the Coast Guard has great is the VA package for like future home loan, your first home loan, or college. If you want to go to college, there's a GI Bill. Coast Guard qualifies for all that stuff. I've got several friends that have been in the Coast Guard for 20 years. Doug Hosier was in there, and you remember Doug, he was in there for 25 years.
Well, he'll have SGLI.
Yep.
And that, I mean, you have no choice but to have.
Yeah, they automatically enroll you in that.
And for you, you just want to, speaking as from experience, you want to have the habit of, I'm going to carry SGLI even after I get out, if you do get out. Because I wish
you
I
have
would
the option to keep it forever.
I wish I would have, correct me if I'm wrong, but if they start life insurance now at the low rate, I mean, when they're our age, it still benefits them to have started now. It's still cheaper.
Oh yeah, because the rates, like on a term, the rate's locked for 30 years. So I'm paying the same amount for 30 years, but it could go away. Now a whole life, you're paying a little bit more money, but it goes for your whole life. But you're paying, you know, my policy right now, if it was a whole life, I'd be paying about $250 a month instead of $96. So you can see the trade-off for a whole life compared to a term. Terms are much less expensive, much less. For you guys, maybe think about a 10-year. Something that would get you into your marriage, into hopefully in 10 years you guys have found someone, started a life. Don't know, may go 20 years. You never know. You may choose your career for a while, which is fine too. And the military is not a bad option for the ladies either. College is not the only option after high school. There's several of my friends that I know of that went into nursing careers through the Navy. And they bounced around to Navy hospitals in Germany and all over, and now they're in a private hospital, like one's in Anchorage, and she's loved her life because she got to travel with the Navy and she got a career base that's amazing. So don't rule it out down the road. You know, even if you start college and decide, I don't like this, don't rule it out. Don't rule it out for you. You may like the Navy.
Raquel Squiddy.
Yeah. But there's an article here that I put. It's called Life Insurance: A Student Guide. That's just something I brought for you guys to read and look through it. It has some examples, like right there. This is the one that I said for Nathan and Micah, my 2 boys. right there in the middle of that first page. Did you know even a simple funeral can cost more than $10,000? How would you be able to pay for a loved one's funeral without life insurance? How do most people do it right now? GoFundMe. It's not an option, guys. GoFundMe had its purposes in the beginning, and there's many of those kinds of things. I'm just picking on GoFundMe. Do you guys realize that one of those GoFundMe accounts, if somebody sets one of those up, that GoFundMe takes a percentage of every dollar that comes in? The GoFundMe company is making tons of money off other people's sadness. That doesn't make me happy. I'm a pretty rough guy, but I'm pretty straightforward. When I think what's right's right, I say it. When I think something's wrong, I say it. And I got a lot of people don't like when I say it. Because my wife has told me many times, and I don't really listen to her as much as I should, but my delivery is horrible. I know that. I was raised by a rough old Cherokee Indian. My grandfather raised me, and he raised me just to tell it how it is. If they don't like it, they'll get over it. And I'm telling you guys, start with a savings account right now. Go down to the credit union. Just open up a savings account in your name. You're old enough, you can do it. How are we doing on time?
10 minutes, you're good.
Open up that savings account. Start putting $10 a month into it. And just do it. And don't even think about what you're doing. Even when you're gone to college, if you're going on to college, you can still send that $10 a month in the mail to mom and say, hey, will you run down there and deposit this in my account? It's very easy to do. Get in that habit. Because once you start that habit, it will build to the future. I never had that habit growing up. Jason never had that habit growing up. We got money for chores, and we already had it earmarked for whatever we were going to go buy.
Lots of rolling.
Me was shotgun shells and a pickup and things like that. So don't earmark it. Don't put a label on your savings. Just put it in savings. And leave it there, and leave it there, and leave it there. And all of a sudden, when you're 40 years old and you're married and kids and the husband calls you, man, the motor just blew in our car. What are we gonna do? Oh, I got $3,500 in the savings account. That's what it's for. Put that away and just keep putting it away. You're gonna show responsibility to your parents that they're gonna love, seeing you take some responsibility for your finances. If you're like Amber's dad, whose wallet's like Fort Knox to get into, he will be glad to see you being financially responsible.
And we'll probably already have 3 life insurance policies.
To get into, yeah. I say that because Geraldine actually said that to me one time. Any questions on this stuff? You guys, Jason said he had a question. So.
I do, because my struggle with savings accounts is they're so easy to access. So is there any kind of service, I don't know if you provide or that we can invent, where we can set up an account and we earmark, like let's just pretend that we did it, okay? Let's pretend this class said, okay, we're gonna commit to this. We're gonna commit to, you guys all commit to $10 a month and I commit to 50. And of course, we don't want our money getting mixed up, but we also want to have the advantage of not so easy to get out, right? And the advantage of kind of the accountability to each other. So is there anything,
that's where
anything like
that's
that
where the
that
annuities
exists?
come in, because they have, you can buy like a 5-year, 7-year, or 10-year product. The products come in those different year models. So what happens is, like, let's just say a 10-year product. In year 1 of your product is a 10% surrender penalty. So if you pull any money out of that account, the company's gonna take 10% of your money and keep it because you took it out early. And then it goes 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down to the 10 years. So you're getting dinged if you try to take that money back out. They want you to keep it in there for 10 years because yes, the annuity companies and life insurance companies have to make money. So they take a percentage of the interest off your money. When you're paying for a life insurance policy, that money's put into a big nest egg at the company, and the company's making interest off everybody's pool of money. That's how they make money. Annuity companies no different. We're in a country that's very unique. our founding fathers created banks and savings and stuff with mind-blowing forethought of how the banking industry and how our country can work. And so we're much different than most. Most of the countries don't have kids learning about savings accounts and life insurance. You guys are definitely different. So that's where annuities come in, because you get surrender charges if you take it out early. Then there's products where you can get a 10% withdrawal per year of your total with no penalties. So they give you basically a free 10% a year. So say if you had $100,000 in your annuity account and you needed $10,000, you can take that $10,000 without penalty. So you can take up to 10% out. Now, the banks and savings accounts, they won't give you surrender penalties. And like Jason said, it's easily accessible. You can go get into your bank account real easy if you need, a Pepsi.
But for us at our level, annuities are 5,000, 1,000. I've seen some 1,000 CDs you can get up to.
And
But
a CD, I don't like the word, but banks do sell you CDs where you can buy a CD and then it just sits there forever, drawing interest. I think they had their time, and I think their time is past. The thing about the savings account, and here's something you can do. On the savings account, go down together. Amber and Raquel, you and, is it Clay
Yeah.
that's not here? Go down together. Make yourselves accountability partners. Okay, I'm gonna start my savings account, you start your savings account. Let's make sure we put 10 bucks in a month, and let's make sure we talk to each other and we don't ever touch it for 10 years. Leave it there. Do it faithfully for 10 years. You guys are probably 17, 18 right now, all of you. At 27, you'd be really, really proud of yourselves with what's sitting in that account.
how much is that, guys?
If you guys hold each other accountable.
1,200.
It depends on the interest that you're gonna get out of it. And if you have a good month and you ended up with an extra $100 and you throw it in there, that's not a bad thing either. If you have a good month, or you get in a job, you're in a job that gives bonuses. There's a lot of jobs out there that give performance bonuses and stuff. That wasn't money you were guaranteed. So take that bonus money and put it right into the savings. Don't spend that bonus money. Coast Guard is going to give you bonuses for levels of education and stuff like that. Take that bonus money and that's purely into savings, because it was money you weren't guaranteed anyway. So it's money you shouldn't miss, right? It's money you want. We all, what's funny is right now, this time of year, you hear everybody talking about their tax returns. It's your money coming back is all it is. It's, you just gave it to the government and let them sit on your interest
Or
rate.
just use it for a year.
Yeah, you just let them use your money for a year. It's not a return. A tax return is not, I'm at a point now in our lives, Kami and I are at a point, it's been a long time getting there. And I'm 46 years old, Kami's 38. Yeah. It's been a long time getting there to be financially pretty stable. Your parents, Roanne's has provided greatly for that family, for your family. He raised a whole quiver of girls, all them stinking weddings.
Yeah.
But you got to think about it. They were looking ahead years ago, and now you guys have the opportunity to look ahead. Don't be afraid to look ahead and get that put away and be faithful.
And if you do own the military, Austin, room and board is covered. You're single. You should honestly be putting away about $1,000 a month to save,
Easily.
and you will not regret it. Because once you get married and all that stuff starts happening, if you have 10 grand, if you have even 50 grand, saved up, it will do nothing but help you. But while you're young and the military, I wish I would have, if I would have gone full time, I didn't, but still, it's a great place to save. And don't go out and buy the newest sports cars, don't do. You will be amazed at the amount of money you will see people waste in the military.
You three right now that are committed to going, did you say you're going to school? CWI? Any of you doing student loans right now? Or going to apply for student loans? Are you trying to do it all without? Good. I mentioned earlier, I was raised by a single mom. She was working 2 or 3 jobs most of the time to feed us. I went through 6 years of college completely on student loans. Little bit of baseball scholarship. I had about a 3/4 scholarship my first 3 years, got hurt. Baseball scholarship goes away. When I got out of college, and this is where the savings account I wish I had. When I got out of college, I had $29,000 in student loan debt. I paid it off. It took 10.5 years to pay it off. That was a payment I didn't need as a young single man trying to start a career or whatever. Kami is a scientist. We've been married 10 years, be 11 in January. We just went over 9 years. So we'll be 10 years this next January. We've been married. We've been paying $250 every month on her student loans. And one of them we paid off 2 summers ago that was $175. That's what, $425 a month for student loans, and we still have about 16 grand on her last one. She had 3 of them, because she was the same way. She put herself through college. Right now is prime time. Write essays to every possible scholarship out there. There's a scholarship if your eyes are green. There's a scholarship if your feet are a size 8. Trust me, Google them, do whatever you can. But there are scholarships out there. I've seen stats, and I can't quote it directly, but I want to say there's $4 or $5 million every year goes unclaimed in scholarships that's just sitting out there. Had I known when I was your age, I would have applied for a college in Oklahoma to go play baseball down there and go to college in Oklahoma. Why? Because I'm a registered Cherokee Indian. Had I went to school, and this frustrates me because I didn't find it out till about 5 years ago. Had I went to college in Oklahoma, the tribe would have paid all my schooling for free. I would have had no student loans when I got out. But I can't look back, Jason and I can't look back on our life and say, we can say it, I wish I would have done this, but at the same time, I can say, I wish I would have done that, and I wouldn't have Nathan, and I wouldn't have Mike, and I wouldn't have Kami.
Yeah.
So you can't look back and say, I wish I would have done that. The Lord has a path for all of us, and He knows what it is. And you don't want to look back and say, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have went to college. If that's not for you, don't go. Don't have those regrets, because He's got the path laid out. He's just waiting for you to make the choice. And He's going to give you 2 paths. Put the money in savings and have a nest egg, or just go ahead and keep buying Pepsis over here. And when something happens when you're 30 years old and you need $3,500 you don't have, then you got to go take out a loan. And then guess what? More debt. Debt can skyrocket so bad. The last thing I'm going to tell you guys before we wrap up, I think we're done. Credit cards. When you get to college, you will see kiosks in the hallway offering you guys credit cards. Immediately, oh, you can have $10,000 credit. Walk on by. You can have 1 credit card. Put it in the back of your wallet, or even leave it at home, and that credit card is for one reason and one reason only. Absolute emergency to get your rear end home to mom and dad if something bad happens from college, or if you're traveling. A credit card for traveling is not a bad thing, because if you're not carrying cash when you're out and about. So ignore credit card offers. They will kill you.
Well, just think about it, guys. Why are there so many credit card companies? Because they make money off of it.
They're making
Yeah.
tons of money.
Yeah, it's